Welcome or welcome back to Awake and Bake, where we get high vibes and talk about the universe. I'm your host, Danny. Hey, hi, happy new year. Are you feeling like it's 2025? If you're not, like if you're like me and you're like, bitch, I'm waiting until the spring to like actually celebrate the new year because nature said so. Not a problem. I'm with you, bitch. That's why today's episode is going to be my unhinged goals for 2025. Thank you, puppy, for shaking the camera. I love that for me. Whatever. That'll just have to do. It's a messy bun. And like always, it's another smoke with me, so make sure that you have something to smoke and something to drink. I am smoking this Alien Labs. It's their, I don't know what the strain is, but it's a sativa. Here's my thing. I'm not an Alien Labs hater. I don't like their disposables though. Like they just don't hit for me at all. Like I feel like I have to like pull it, and weirdly enough, I think they hit better if you like bite down on this thing, but I don't think you're supposed to. I don't know why that happens. Anyway, this is all I got. Also, make sure you have something to drink because I will not be responsible for you hooker whores being dehydrated. Usually, I would have my handy dandy blue water bottle. If you didn't know, the straw on that blue water bottle was cut the fuck up at the top and like it just broke, but it was now sharp and pointy. When I would go to take a drink of it, quite often I would stab my lip and cut my lip. Look what my mother got me. Thank you, Jennifer, if you're watching. She's not. It's like a knockoff Stanley. We love it. Take a hit, pipsqueak. Right, first thing on my list, I'm going to try enjoying more human things rather than just spiritual things. Part of the spiritual journey is recognizing that you are the universe experiencing itself. We talked about this last episode, right? I said last time I want to focus on getting hotter. That's one of them. Material things or just like beauty and stuff like that. That's a very human type of experience. I'm totally down to like focus on that a little bit more. It just sounds fun. I'm a Libra, so it's like in me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very excited. But with that also, to no one's fucking surprise, I love dogs. Part of the human experience is having dogs. Like if I had to go to another planet and convince them like, oh, come to Earth, like try being a human for a day, I would say we have these things called dogs. So you're like, okay, I don't get it. You're going to just focus on dogs in 2025. Haven't you always done that? Yes, I've always focused on dogs. I also have two, if you didn't know. Monkey, who you see often in these videos, and then Loopy. She's a little bit more camera shy. She's a little bit more shy in general. I've been working with them very, very consistently on trying to get them to speak. 2025, I'm going to start talking to my dogs and trying to get them to talk back. I already talk to them all day long, all the fucking time. Always have, always will. But recently, after I learned that you should be talking to them like regularly all day long because it's actually good for them, good for their brains, good for their connection with you emotionally, baby, I ran with that. And you know what happened? Monkey, Loopy too, but Monkey especially, started fucking talking back. Like he's not saying real words like pass me the caviar, but he's like ah rah rah rah. And I will respond back as well. I'm just thinking if I keep this up, I'm going to be able to really pick up on like what he's saying, what he needs, what he wants from me to a place where I will eventually just be able to fucking talk to him. And then Loopy, she's a quick learner, but she likes when her brother does something and she knows it's safe. So Loopy will learn really quickly once Monkey and I really lock it in. I hope that doesn't sound insane. Let's take a hit. Why did I do a peace sign? I gotta be honest with you, bitches. I'm getting weirder. And I'm okay with that. Okay, that's not even true. I've always been weird, but I think I just like started hiding it sometimes, especially in public around certain people. But I'm gonna stop doing that. I bet somebody's gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, bitch, I met you in real life, or I do know you in real life, and you are simply weird as fuck. And like, that's okay. All I really mean is that like my weird little quirks, like my Edmund voice, if you know, you know. What happens if I just pop out Edmund at the grocery store? Or if I just pop out Edmund at the doctor's office? I don't know if the doctor's office is a safe place to do that. I feel like they might like be like, you should stay. If you don't know about the Edmund voice, it's this like horrible British kind of Cockney accent that I do. And he has a whole backstory that I will not get into unless you ask. I love him. I think he's appropriate for every occasion. Some people are really caught off guard when I just show up to work and then I'm like, hello, Bobby, what's going on this morning? And then they're like, who the fuck is this? Yeah, I probably won't do that at the doctor's office. Scratch that. But I'm gonna be myself a little more, and I'm just like not gonna like mask as much. Now this one makes me feel like an evil villain, but it's not evil. You know how like usually the villain in the story has like their origin story? You're like, wait a minute, you're not actually the villain. Sharpay Evans. I'm about to be channeling Sharpay Evans like a motherfucker. That's not exactly what I mean. Okay, take a hit, and then I will try to word what I mean in a better way. I'm going to start moving with confidence and like a boss, even more so than I might have already been. I have full faith in my intuition, in my psychic abilities, in my relationship with just trusting myself and source. I have proven this to myself time and time again. I've been giving I've been given signs back that I'm doing a good job time and time again. So it's time to just move accordingly and stop like testing and be like, is this what you want, source? I know what it wants. I know what I need to do. I'm going to move accordingly and not question it, not have to wait for a little sign or wait for validation. Basically, what I'm saying, it is time to own my power. You could do it too if you want. When you are not allowing others' thoughts or opinions to impact your decisions or how you feel about yourself, that's when you're moving in your own power. Also, when you're being yourself and when you are doing what is right or what you believe is right, moving through the world in a way that you feel is the best way to do so, not everyone is going to agree with you. And it fucking sucks. I hate it. That's probably the worst part. I hate being misunderstood. I hate people think that I'm in the wrong. Like, I just don't like that shit. I'm, like I said 5 minutes ago, I'm a fucking Libra. But it does not mean that you are bad or that you are wrong. It's okay if people don't agree with you. You have to think of all the people in the world who are in maybe positions of power or just positions of status. I'm just trying to think about people that like you can just think of off the top of your head, right? That you don't fucking agree with, and you know in your heart and soul they're wrong. Other people might agree with them, but you don't, and you know that you're right. They're not the only person this happens to. This can happen to you as well, and it might be happening or it might happen in the future. So stand your ground, stand in your power. Like, I'm gonna follow my intuition. I'm gonna trust my gut. I was on FaceTime with my best friend, and she reminded me that with a lot of success comes a lot of judgment and criticism and jealousy and haters. And it's like, you're so right. I'm on my Megan Thee Stallion shit. I love her so much. I'm gonna anytime I do anything good, I'm like, am I on my Megan Thee Stallion shit? Let's take another hit, and then I want to talk about something so fucking wholesome. 2025, baby. Non-violent communication when it comes to resolving conflict or coming to like a resolution when you have a disagreement with somebody who you actually care about. Ooh, I love it. Yeah, it's therapy talk. Yeah, it's very effective. I'm not a therapist and I'm definitely the wrong person to explain it, so I would just look it up. Ooh, I do need to talk about this one. Mindful smoking is so in for 2025. That is one of my goals for 2025. Mindful smoking. What do you mean, bitch? I'll tell you, bitch. It's probably not what you think. I'm not like, I'm gonna smoke less. I have no intentions of doing. I got a comment on one of my old videos, not even old, it was literally from 1 or 2 videos ago. I got a comment on one of my videos from 1 or 2 videos ago that was basically saying like, hey, like lovingly, like stop smoking. It's not good for you, especially stop using like vapes, like pens. I couldn't agree more. Like generally speaking, vapes are the worst like method for you. We still do need to be mindful that cannabis is always completely different than like nicotine or tobacco of any kind. But also that being said, like pens still aren't great for you at all. I do want to make it clear, I already am pretty mindful with how much I use pens. I only use them for these videos because they're just way easier than my big fat ass gravity bong setup. So yeah, I really only use pens for these videos, or if I am traveling, then yes, I will use pens for travel. Also, I think it's fine to like just keep one in your bag for like if you're going out somewhere and like you're going to be there for a long time, you might want to take a hit. Or for me specifically, I don't usually just like hit my pen when I'm just out and about, but I will hit my pen if I'm like at a party since I don't drink or do any other like party favors. So less pens, number 1. Number 2, I think this is good for everybody, but I've been implementing it this whole year for sure, but I finally got healthy with it this year. Less hits during a sesh. What do I mean by that? I just have activity-induced asthma. I've had it since I was born. So I'm somebody who coughs a lot when they smoke. Now, I love using a gravity bong because it is like the least amount of hits with so much smoke, and I don't feel like I'm sitting there just hitting something over and over and over and over. I feel like I go over, I load it up, I do my little thing, I take my 1 to 4 hits, like depends on how much smoke is in there, how many hits it takes me. And then I'm good because it's so potent, so I'm good for a longer period of time. Also with that, I'm going to try to be shopping 2% terpenes or higher only, and just really nice quality weed so that I'm not having to go reload it more and smoke it more because the high isn't working as long. I understand that's also like totally a privilege. I'm just telling y'all what I'm doing, being more mindful of my smoking health. And if you haven't already, make sure that you're drinking, I don't know if it's Mullen or Mullen tea, but it's really, really good for clearing out the lungs. It's really good if you're a smoker of any kind. Also, speaking of tea, I don't do tea breaks. I don't believe in them, sorry. Why would I risk my mental health just to get like higher? What you can do though is switch up your method. Maybe use some edibles, maybe use some tinctures, maybe a little RSO, then go back to smoking. Bitch, no, I only smoke. Okay, maybe do some dabs, some wax, then go back to flower. That's also why I really don't like pre-rolls. They burn my throat and my lungs way too much because you just have to keep fucking hitting that thing. Then by the end of it, I'm literally not even high. Let's take one more hit, and then I have one more goal for myself for 2025. I have many goals actually that I haven't mentioned. I just mean for this video. 2025 is the year of moving the fuck on and getting the fuck over it. I only have this one life. Same with you. We only have this one life. I don't want to waste a lot of it ruminating on shit, like on my past mistakes or things that I'm embarrassed about or situations that cause me stress and anxiety. I already ruminate a lot. And it's not necessarily something that I can like help, but what I can do is I can catch myself when I'm doing it. And I can catch myself when I'm ruminating on these really harmful topics or things that are at least harmful to me on a stressful level, because stress is horrible for the body. And as somebody who is highly sensitive, stress really fucking affects me and I see the effects of it immediately. So I'm gonna move the fuck on. Better things await. I have so many blessings ahead of me that I'm about to go get. So why would I sit here and ruminate on things that didn't go the way I wanted or that I'm worried about not going the way that I want? Fuck that. I'm moving the fuck on. I guess that's really all I had to say. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma, stay high, and have an amazing start to your 2025.